Hello, Wanderers. Megan and Hurley here again. Vlogging is somewhat addictive, I guess, even though I don't have anything really exciting to tell you about. We went and visited Nixon in puppy ICU today. He's doing a little bit better, about the same, really. But the vet was hopeful that he would be out pretty soon, which is always good. I think Hurley misses him. They're like BFFs and always right next to each other, and Hurley's just been kind of laying around the house being a bum, which really isn't all that unusual, but it's kind of sad. He goes outside and he looks around and then he comes back to the door like, "Where's Nixon?" I feel bad for him. After we went and visited Nixon, we went and played putt-putt. Heston beat me by 1 point. The score was 49-50. I'm not too disappointed by that. Usually he beats me by like 10. But tonight, I did pretty well. I do want to clear up one thing. It's my journal that was sitting on the nightstand that I was showing you yesterday. Courtney thought it was really cool that I had a journal. I will show you what's inside of it. Nothing. I have not written in this journal yet. It's always my intention to write in it, and then I never do. So, we're doing a vlog really. So, maybe one day I'll write in it. I didn't have anything exciting to tell you, so I got 10 questions off of this survey blog quiz thingy. Question number 1, state your name. My name is Megan, as you guys know. Number 2, relatives you get along with most. Can you count Heston as a relative? Probably not. That's the spouse. I guess he's still a relative. I guess my dad. I've always been a daddy's girl. Mom and I are so much alike. We butt heads a lot, and we're both super stubborn, so neither of us wants to give. My brother and I used to be really close, but now we fight all the time. We actually had a big fight on Father's Day and upset everybody. It was not good. But yeah. So I guess my dad, he's really weird though. Like, I guess all dads are weird like that, but he's weird. Very, very weird. I don't know how else to describe him. Number 3, your first job. My very, very first job was a babysitter. After that, I worked in a restaurant as a trainer. Well, I worked my way up to a trainer. I was a cashier, and then I worked on the food prep thingy, and then I trained people. The trainer part was definitely the better part. That was my first like super serious job where I worked more than like 3 times. Next question, anything embarrassing happened to me this week? I'm trying to think of the week. I can't think of anything embarrassing. Then again, I've got the memory of a goldfish, so something embarrassing could have happened, and I just don't remember it. I probably blocked it all out of my mind. Number 5, do you miss your ex? No. There's a reason they're all exes, and I've got Heston, so no, I don't miss them. Clark was my last ex before Heston and I got together. He was my bad boy phase. He had a motorcycle and had just gotten out of rehab. Yeah, he was my bad boy phase. Mom was like terrified that we were gonna get married, and actually we had been talking about it, but then we broke up in tech school, and then Heston and I started dating, and then like a week later Heston and I were engaged, and Mom thought it was so funny. Like, I called her on the phone and I was like, hey, I'm engaged, and she just started laughing. She thought it was great. She was like, to which one? I guess I've been talking about a couple guys in the meantime, but I digress. Favorite color to wear? I've been wearing a lot of green lately. I can't really explain that one. Other than that, I wear a lot of gray and black. So, green, gray, and black. Which is weird, because, like, my favorite color is blue, so I don't know why I don't wear it more often. And pink looks really good on me, but I can't stand the color pink. Nicknames. My very first nickname was Mean. My name is spelled Megan, and for some reason when I was a kid, I used to forget to put the G in my name, so it spelled Mean out, and so everybody called me Mean. And then there's, Meg, or my mom has like a million different names for me. She calls me Beth, she calls me Elizabeth, she calls me Rebecca. I don't know why, because none of those are my name. Like, my name is Megan Joy, so I don't know where she gets any of those names from. But, like, she can call me those things, and, like, I guess I recognize her voice, and I'll turn around and people are like, oh, your name's Rebecca? No, it's Megan. But, like, if anybody else would try to call me those things, I wouldn't answer to it. It's really weird. Also, one of my friends used to call me Joyful. I don't know why, because I'm really not, like, kind of quiet and sarcastic and antisocial, but she did. She called me Joyful. Nutmeg, I get that one sometimes. I guess that's it, really. My current job is a teacher. Teach first and second graders. They're fairly evil for the most part. I never really liked kids. These are like, I don't know, some of them are okay, and then some of them are a pain in the butt. This year, all of the kids, like, not even just in my class, but like the K-5 kids and even some of the 4-year-olds, they're like, oh, Miss Ashlock, why don't you have kids? Like, that was their big thing this year, asking why I didn't have kids. And I was like, hey, well, I've got you guys. And I'm like, no, it's not the same. Yeah, they spend as much time with you as your parents do. And they're like, no, you need your own kids, Miss Ashlock. I'm like, no, nope, I'm good, thanks. But yeah, I'm a teacher. I teach first and second graders. And then I teach the Spanish and the music class. It's always super great. Next question is, have you ever kissed someone you never saw again? Yes, I have. When I was in college, I did a lot of stupid things like that now I realize were fairly dangerous and not smart. There was one time my friends, Ashley, Natalie, and I were at a stoplight, and there was these guys that pulled up in the car next to us. And we rolled down the window and we started talking to these guys, and they're like, so what are you guys doing? And we said nothing, so they invited us through the cars back to follow them back to their house where they were going to drink. And so we did, and Ashley didn't stay very long. I guess she figured out, she was always kind of smart, she figured out that it wasn't the best idea to be there when we didn't know these guys. And so Ashley left, and then I left a little bit later. Well, we were drinking, obviously, and we were playing this game, and I think it was a game they had made up just to get us to do naughty things with them. But yeah, I don't even know their name. Well, one of them was no, I don't know their names. I was trying to think something to do with BR, because remember Natalie had a Breckenridge hoodie on and it had BR, and he was like, oh, those are my initials. But yeah, I don't remember their names. I don't even know if we ever knew their names. they were frat boys. They had the paddle and all that stuff. Yeah, it was not smart. Good way to get yourself in trouble. Don't do that, kids. And last question that I'm going to answer is, have you ever kissed someone whose name starts with the letter J? I'm going to tell you a story. There's only ever been one guy that I ever dated that my dad did not approve of, and he verbally expressed his disapproval for this relationship. His name was Josh, and he played basketball for my dad. My dad is a coach, is a coach. He played basketball for my dad. He was a year younger than me, actually. He was also, maybe I dated him because I knew my dad didn't like him, I don't know. But what happened was, my friend Seisha randomly made out with a guy, and I was like, oh, I would do that, no big deal. So she was like, well, go make out with Josh then. So Seisha and I went to different schools that year. So she called my friend Jennifer, and I was like, okay, Jennifer will make sure that I do it. So the next day at school, I was telling Jennifer about it, and she plays basketball also, and their practice was at the same time, so she couldn't make sure. So she told Brandon, who was a basketball player, and she was like, Brandon, you got to make sure Megan kisses Josh for me, and tell me about it. So the guys were practicing down at the middle school that day. So I drove down there before Dad went down there, because that would have been bad. And I had Brandon get Josh for me and have him come out in the lobby. And so he did, and I just walked up and kissed him, and then turned around and walked out of the gym and left. I didn't even say anything. I just kissed him and then I left. Didn't look back over my shoulder, just went. And so then later Brandon came up to me, and he was dying laughing, after practice in school and everything. He was dying laughing. He was like, you freaked him out. He went in the bathroom, and he was just standing there staring at himself in the mirror. And I was like, are you okay, buddy? And he was like, I don't know. And then they practiced, and anyway, then Josh and I dated for 3 days. It was probably my shortest relationship ever. I don't know, can you call that a relationship, but we dated for 3 days, and then he got mad at my dad because he said he wasn't getting to play because he was dating me, which totally wasn't true. He wasn't getting to play because he made stupid mistakes on the basketball court, but so we broke up, and then I saw him the next year after I graduated, and he was a senior, and he was like, oh, hey, Megan, and I'm like, hey, Josh, no, that'll never work. But he was a really cool guy. He actually was a brilliant writer. He wrote, little short stories and poems and stuff. He was really good at that, but he was a little bit on the crazy side, so, yeah, that never worked. But anyways, that's my 10-question survey. This video is longer than I intended it to be, but that's alright. We got a little brief history of some of my more stupid moments. In the meantime, I will talk to you guys later. Hope everyone's having a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.